So right now we're just making sure everyone is entering the channel for those participating in the tournament. And I'm gonna, I think, move the bracket here so we get to see. Check my stream if I can actually see it. So there's no point in having it there. I can do that. So they asked me to link my stream so they can link it in JSL. I'm not really sure what that is. That's probably like the Polish Discord channel or something. Really excited to see how this goes. Also not used to casting it whatsoever. But I enabled so I can hopefully run the tournament games in game hard. I know how to set myself as a referee if I have to make the game. We'll just take it from there. I tested out the controls a little bit, zooming in, zooming out, checking for production tab, units lost, etc. But I'm gonna take this as a learning experience. Not really sure how it's gonna go, but it's gonna be nice and relaxing having to watch other people play for once instead of you know, feeling the stress of having to play yourself while commentating. So hopefully it's gonna be fun. Maybe we'll do a thing, like make it into a thing, like once a week or once every second week. I'm gonna cast one of these master tournaments, or I think this is like a wider range of ranked people, ranging from silver to a couple of GM players. Would also actually give me a... I was thinking the other day of taking maybe some of this raw footage and putting it into making a YouTube video out of it, just for the fun of it. But let's see if I have the time. There's so many things I would like to do when it comes to my streaming channel, but so little time. And everything is in Polish. I have no idea what they're saying, but obviously they're all really good. Morning, afternoon in Tira. Yeah, so right now I'm just waiting, because gonna be casting this potato tournament that I talked about yesterday. These guys made a tournament. I think most people are Polish, and first prize is a big bag of potatoes. Thank you so much for the host. Speed is life. Well, Sandro did say that he was going to include something more than just potatoes, but the point of this tournament is to give people an experience of playing in a real tournament and in an online tournament, so to speak. It's a little bit different from the automated tournaments. Some of these people have played each other before, they know each other in real life, so there will definitely be some mind games. Yeah, I have seen the entire nation was up to the 2 DJs playing music, and I don't know about the camera production, but it was just all over the place. So I decided to stop when the DJ started. Okay, we got invited here. The party leader removed you from the party. Okay. That was a short time we were in the party. But oh my god, I felt so bad for Finland. They really I mean, the 2 first games against Sue, they should have won. It also goes to show how good of a player Sue is. Like, he's an amazing player. But he was definitely playing from far, far, far behind the 2 first games. And my favorite part of the Nation Wars today was Sue taking the microphone and then yelling out to the crowd something like, France, listen now, pay attention. I will dominate you, or something like that. I will dominate. That was so funny. But yeah, he did an all kill, that's pretty impressive. Oh, you enjoyed the Protoss victory with Hastam? Yeah, it's Hastam, just like that. That's how you spell it. He's playing so good. He's really on fire. Like, the thing with Hastam is, when he plays well, he plays extremely well. But you know this about StarCraft. It's like all about momentum. So if you fast check from one camera angle to another camera place, and you micro your units, and you are half a second too late, then when you switch to your second army, third army, whatever place you're gonna harass, or your production, or your building, then everything from there is just gonna be delayed, right? Because you're just like a few seconds off, and then everything falls apart. So I think the way Hastam plays, he plays like really high risk, but gets also really high rewards from it. And he was playing from behind, and instead of making Colossus, he went Disruptors and got some really good value out of his trades, and that way he climbed back into the game. And I thought that was really impressive. He's such a good Protoss. And I wouldn't have said this 2 months ago, but like his current form, he might be like top 3 Protoss now in Europe, which is pretty impressive. We have some good Protosses. Spectre goes versus Tiki. Okay, let me check the bracket. So about this tournament, everything is a best of 3 until the finals. And if people lose the best of 3, they are dropped down to what is called the losers bracket. And in the loser bracket, you basically play a best of 1. I don't know if you play a best of 1 all the way. It might be that like the finals of the loser bracket, it's best of 3. I'm not sure if that's the case. But most of the losers bracket, if not all, is best of 1. I'm gonna just whisper someone. Okay. It's very unorganized since I don't know these guys, and I was asked like a couple of days ago to do this, but no one is inviting me. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to like blend some stuff.
Please close all the doors then. Thanks. So yeah. But be a sportsman. Yeah. Oh yeah, fuck. I actually didn't think about it. I should have probably put like 5-minute delay on my stream. But I think this is a friendly tournament. I don't believe anyone would... Oh, please. Please set on game heart. So host with mod. I think there's a lot of these guys that also, it's like oh, this is perfect. Entering lobby. I am so ready. So this is a Protoss versus Terran. We can see that Spectra, which is actually a part of my clan, I found out this morning. He's a master player. You could check his profile. He is a 2x Master League, Master 3. And we're up against Tiki PL, which is a silver player. Or maybe it's a new account. So this might be like a really big stomp, but we'll see. Got our first game now. Yay! Loading screen of doom. Or at least it's not me we're waiting on. So, got the production up. Fuck. How did we do the best of 3? Let's see. Best of something. Okay, shift control. Okay, we got this. Best of 3. I'm gonna try and camera hotkeys a bit, because I'm obviously not the best observer here, with the best observing skills. Anyways, on the bottom right corner of the map, you have the Protoss player called Tiki PL. I don't know which clan he's from, it's S. And on the other side of the map, on the left top corner, we have the Terran player, part of my clan, the Wild Boars clan, Spectra. Wow. Pretty standard opening from the Terran. 1 gas, barracks, he's most likely gonna open up with the Reaper. And if we have a look at the Protoss player, he went for a very special build here. He's going for 2 gateways and a cybernetics core. No fast expansion. And as I said, we are seeing a Reaper and completely standard opener in the PvT or TVP, where you go with a Reaper first in the command center. Now, when we look at the Protoss base here, what will he produce first? He went for a gateway tech first and an adept. An adept is pretty good. It's it can, I wouldn't say easy, but it can more easily kill a Reaper than a Stalker. What you would like to do is to get off 2 shots, preferably if you're on the high ground here, before the Reaper gets up. You shoot once, and if he's not paying attention, you can shoot twice, then pop your shade and click your shade. Right click with the shade on the Reaper. Let's see, 1. Oh, he only got 1 off, so he might actually be able to escape. Pulling the probes is not really recommended. He's a little bit microing here. So he's going into Robotech. He's already saturated his base. Let's have a look at the Terran's base. His command center is already up. He's building a bunker just to be safe, but he's also producing... he has the reactor on the factory, so he can produce 2 mechanical units at the same time. So he's opting for the Cyclone with the Hellion. I am thinking he's probably going for 2 Hellion, 2 Cyclone push. We'll see. We'll see when he goes. For now, it looks pretty good for the Terran. A stronger economic opening. He's also up 12 supplies, which is really bad for the Protoss. They're equal on workers, and normally you would like to be ahead in workers when you're playing against playing Terran or playing Protoss against Terran. What I would like Tiki here to do is actually use these 4 adepts for something, right? He could shade into the base, trying to get some get back into the game by killing some workers. He chooses to stay defensive, putting down the 3rd gateway. Already gotten his Twilight Council down and Forge. It's gonna be interesting to see if he upgrades adepts or if he upgrades or if he goes for a charge and +1 attack. Or yeah, it's gonna be glaives. Terran scouts everything he sees. He still doesn't know the timing of the natural. I guess when he suicided his Reaper he got some kind of knowledge, but okay. Some action is going on here. He's sending the Hellions only and not the Cyclones, which is really surprising to me. I don't think he got to scout the Immortal, but he knows there's definitely gonna be Immortal production here. Looking at the army supply, it's somewhat even. Good thing about taking the expansion so late is the Hellions doesn't really find any damage. No run by to kill workers. It's gonna be interesting to see if our Protoss player here is gonna use the sentry to make a Phoenix to observe. And what is his plan with this Adept Glaives +1? Is he going for a timing attack? Guess we'll find out. When we look at the Terran, he's already taking a 3rd base, which is wouldn't say, in this case it's just normal, but when we look at the Protoss, he's basically taking a 3rd while the Protoss hasn't even started pro production on his 2nd. So that's pretty aggressive, expanding right there. Given the fact that he produced so many Cyclones, you would think he would go for mass mech, but he does actually have 3 barracks down and has started marine production plus combat shield. If we look at the upgrades, he has already stim. So we're gonna have a marine scouting, Widow Mine being placed. I would say right now he's really safe, the Terran. It seems like there's nothing gonna prevent him from taking this 3rd, transferring probes. He's gonna do a double Cyclone harass, probably doing a Widow Mine harass too with the 2nd medevac. Going for a double drop, but we'll see. Let's see. if we look at the workers, he's normally you wanna be up with workers when you're Protoss against Terran. This guy has 25 more workers, and he's gonna be losing workers now to Protoss. So there is no doubt here. We're seeing a master master Terran playing against lower MMR Protoss, and I'm sure that our Protoss player knew he was playing against a much better player, and I guess many of you can relate to being stumped by Terrans on the ladder due to cyclone rushes and Hellion run-bys and stuff, and I think he thought, okay, maybe this guy wanna kill me really fast and I'm gonna be ultra safe. But it just left him so far behind economically that right now he's actually almost 40 workers behind. He also has an observer, he can see the army he's up against. Looks very scary. And I missed the Cyclone Harass again, but at the same time you will see Liberator killing off all the workers so far. 11, 12 workers, 13. It's pretty brutal. He's down to 15 workers only. And if we look at the Terran, he's already up 70 workers. It's really crazy. He's already going into Ghost Tech, or he has Ghost Tech already. As I said, he went for bio composition, which is really weird to see, given the fact that he started out producing so many mechanical units. The Terran or the Protoss did see it all because he had an observer on top of the army. And if I had to like criticize one small point in this game, and that's really all I can criticize from the Terran player, is that he didn't scan to kill the observer. But here he scans the opponent's base. He already knows what he's up against, and this is gonna be a really quick 1-0 for the Terran. I almost feel sorry for the Protoss here. Shield battery does sustain a little bit, but eventually they're all gonna die to this mass liberator, or not mass liberator, 2 liberators and a lot of cyclones. GG. I would say this was fairly brutal. I would also say that it's really expected. This is what you typically see when one player is much lower MMR than his opponent. What I would like to see from our Protoss player here is saying, okay, we know this guy's just gonna play standard, he's just gonna macro up, get far ahead, he's not attacking me early on. I feel like when you're up against a much stronger player, what you will see also in the professional scene is that you go for a cheese, right? You wanna catch your opponent off guard. Maybe Cannon Rush, I don't know how good that is against Terran. I've never done it myself. But there are some pretty good builds, such as an Proxy Stargate, maybe even some shield batteries with no Danish. But I've seen some builds. I really hope these guys invite me again. But maybe the Protoss player could try, and I don't know if he knows about the build, but you could go for a very early Proxy Stargate with a couple of mana batteries and Void Rays, and try and cheat your opponent that way. Other than that, I have no idea. It looks like our Protoss player is really up against someone that is much better than him, and it's a really tough spot to be in. Oh fuck, I forgot to change scene. Let's change scene now. Oh god damn it, I'm so bad. So we casted it all in small view. Somebody should have said something to me. before I saw this. Let's see if the camera angle will be changed. Yes. Okay, we have full screen now. Got full screen. And I forgot to zoom out a bit. I'm really sorry about the observing. That's something I really need to work on. It's much harder than you guys could imagine. Okay. So Spectra is up 1-0. And how did I do the best of? It's Control Shift 3. There we go. So at the bottom left corner, our Protoss player down 1-0 needs to find a way to kill an opponent that is much stronger than him. Here we have Tiki from Poland. And on the top right corner, Spectre, the blue Terran, master player, up 1-0. And I guess I already told his name. It's Spectre from the clan Wild Boars. He's opening exactly the same as before. And let's see what our Protoss player does. We talked about it before the game started, that there were several ways for him to go about this game. Last game he built 2 gateways and a cybernetics core, and I felt that put him way behind. Now that he knows that this guy plays standard, this guy thinks he's so much better than me, so he's just gonna macro up. Maybe either he says I'm gonna do the same, or, which could be really, really interesting, or he decides to go for cheese. I don't know. I don't know if I like this. What we see here is 3 gateways and a cybernetics core. I don't know, guys. Maybe he goes for 3 gate pressure, but then he also builds a Stargate. I feel that Tiggy is just very confused about what to do in this situation. He needs to build a pylon as well. Maybe the pressure is getting to him. It can be like very stressful for a new player to actually how do you say it? Think about all the things and the mind games that he needs to do while maintaining his standard macro. So you will see him actually being supply block right now, and he's seeing it way too late, which will delay whatever kind of cheese that he wanted to use. The problem is the Reaper scouted the Stargate. So right now he's playing against the Terran that went for the exact same build, and he's already building turrets because he knows it's most likely going to be an Oracle, or at least that an Oracle is gonna, you know, destroy his mineral line. I'm not saying that Tiggy knows that, since he knows, so now we're talking about the double mind games, that he would probably go for an Oracle. He decides to go for a Void Ray instead. He's still playing extremely passive, and maybe this probe actually wants to expand. But you see he has 2 adepts, and he could have had those 2 adepts from 1 gateway. And don't tell me he loses the probe here, that will be horrible for him. Okay, he doesn't. The problem is, he spends 2 times 150 mineral on 2 buildings that he basically almost didn't produce from. Which means he could have had the Nexus a lot earlier. And that's actually why the most standard build in PvT is that you go for the gateway, and then you go for your gas, and then you build your Nexus, and you build Cybernetics core right after your second Nexus. Anyways, we'll see what he can get done here with a single Void Ray. He already has 7 Marines in the mineral line, so that looks pretty tough for him. Oh boy, I feel so sorry for him. Reaper just scouting if there is any kind of move out, so he knows if he's getting attacked. This Void Ray will die really, really fast. And the problem with Void Rays and when he uses prismatic alignment is that it moves extremely slow, right? So all Marines can just pick up the Void Ray really fast because it can't escape. What you can do is cancel the prismatic alignment by hitting. Can't remember if it's escape or. But there's definitely you can cancel the effect. It gets on cooldown, but you cancel it to be able to move faster. The acceleration on the Void Ray is pretty decent actually without prismatic alignment. And I think earlier they buffed the speed of it, but then punished it by when you then activate prismatic alignment, it goes slower. From the Terran we already see a third Nexus. It's pretty much the same story. Our Protoss player builds too much too early and doesn't have an economy to follow it up, whereas the Protoss player or the Terran player just macros up, and he's up 20 workers. He has 3 bases, 3 command centers. He can drop mules, he can scan. He has a lot of Marines, and I think he built a lot of Marines because he saw the Stargate early. He wanted to be really safe. This time around you don't see these 4 or 5 Cyclones, 2 Hellions. He has 1 factory, but so far he hasn't produced anything from it, and it was just finished a few seconds ago. What's really interesting to see is the Protoss is actually going for Storm. So 4 gates, Storm, War Prism. Yeah, that's gonna be really interesting to see. He's right now, he has like 500 minerals, but he actually forgot to build. He's not building workers. Yeah. So he's gonna get destroyed here again. It's just clean and cynical. Goes in, goes out, taps out. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. This was really brutal. And I hope Tiki doesn't get discouraged. The thing with StarCraft is, no matter how good you are, you will constantly be losing on the ladder. That's pretty much how it is. Don't think that if you're a Master League player you don't lose as much as if you were a Silver League player. That is the good thing about the Blizzard matchmaking system, is that you get used to losing a lot. And there's nothing you can do about it besides the way you handle the outcome of it. Always make sure you learn something about the losses. He will probably see this tournament and think, wow, I'm really not ready yet. These guys are way better than I am. But at least he participated in the tournament. I mean, if it's only the pure elite that plays, then maybe there was no tournament at all. Hey, Mr. Korean, long time no see. Thank you for tuning in, watching from YouTube. We're currently casting a tournament called the Farmers Cup. It's a Polish tournament, and they asked me if I could cast it in English. So this is my first attempt to cast any game. So don't beat me up too much, you know, when you guys say that I suck at casting. Because I know, and obviously no one got good ever from the get-go. But I thought it was a nice change from, you know, streaming myself and playing games and just having a nice relaxing Sunday where I get to cast other people play. And eventually we'll end up having really good games, right? This is the first stage of the tournament. It's pretty much an open tournament where anyone can join, but I can tell you there are a lot of master players in it, and there are a couple of GMs. So at a later stage of the tournament we'll end up actually having some pretty decent games, and they're gonna be super interesting. But we're covering everything from the start. So I'm gonna announce in the chat that I'm available for next games. I am a real. Why's my caps open? I think I almost feel like writing Tiki because I hope he's not discouraged. And he's actually not out of the tournament. What happens here is you drop down to the loser bracket, and from there you'll play a best of one. And I'm pretty much willing to cover anyone as of this moment. So whoever is free and ready to do the next series, whoever gets me first, I will cast that one. As long as we're not the two casters covering the same games, because part of this is also that the players get to shine a little bit and you know, step into the spotlight and gets to be casted by someone. But yeah, we're waiting right now in the lobby. This is the first round, and since our two games, they lasted not very long, I guess we'll might have a little bit of a downtime, or maybe 10-15 minutes, depending on how fast the others are finishing up their games. So I haven't set up any commercials and all that shit because honestly, I don't feel like it. I will, if I need to go to the bathroom, I'll take the potato bag and make it really, really big, and you guys can look at a bag of potatoes for 2 minutes if need be. But besides that, I got asked 1 day ago to cast this, and this is all that I could prepare overlay wise before this event. But I hope it's fine for you guys, and I hope you're enjoying your weekend. What was it? Yeah, I'm gonna write that Tiki guy and say, well played. Keep up the good spirits. I always call it the lower bracket when I talk to other people because I find that the loser bracket sounds so brutal. Even the best players end up in the loser bracket at some point. Can we make this like a big chat? There we go. Let's go back to the Salties Cup. We could have a look at the brackets for now. See how many games are done. We actually already have 3 games that ended 2-0 in the round of 1, and we already have 1 game that ended in the round of 2. I'm gonna ask Spectra, I think, if he wants me to cast his next game. The guy that we just casted the turn. Let's see if he's... maybe he's already in a game. He's definitely not in the channel. Okay, it seems like he's not in the lobby. Who else do we have? Low of Love. Maybe we can ask that guy. Oh my god, I wanted to write him, but Low of Love. Hi, shall I cast your next game? Let's see what this guy says. I'm really not digging this chat system Blizzard has invented. It's very confusing. Okay. In the meantime, who else? There was the Alo and Damroot. They're also planning on going into round of 2. Seems like people are looking at the score screen a lot. We're just gonna wait a bit. Instead of whispering everyone, we're just gonna wait a bit. Downside of this tournament is not being able to watch the end of Nation Wars, but we can always watch that in the VOD. Okay, no worries. I'm gonna ask this guy, can I cast your next game? Then when you're ready, and make game with mod game part. They all forget because they're not used to having observers in their thanks so much. Okay, so we already have a game, guys. It's gonna be amazing. Gonna be casting Damrod and Alo. It's 2 Zerg players. Oh my god, guys. So, I must admit that my knowledge of the CVC matchup is not that great. So we'll see what happens. All we know here is one of the guys or a master player, and we didn't get to check the other guy. So at the bottom right corner we have the first Zerg player, Alo. And I'm just guessing here, he's from a clan called ENV, so maybe Envy, I'm just guessing. At the top left corner we have Damrod, and that's just Damrod. No clan at all. So how did we do it? Best of 3 was Control Shift 3, and there we go. Still trying to learn this Game Hard add-on or mod. So here we go for a hatchery first, whereas the other Zerg goes for a gas, hatchery, then pool. So the pool is gonna be much later for our Damrod player. So let's see how that plays out. If he's, if the player that went for the fast hatchery is gonna get punished. But it's not that much faster if you really check. Today is Gabber. What does that mean? It's just a... Oh, thank you so much, man. I forget to swap around. I was looking at the brackets. Thank you so much. Okay, you should have full screen soon. There we go. I'm very sorry. Trying to manage too many things at the same time. Okay, so he's hiding his links here, Alo. For some reason, for me at the moment is unknown. Damrod which actually took a later hatchery, has more workers, 7 more workers, 7 more workers than Alo. Right now he has no idea that actually Alo is going for some kind of all-in. He hasn't transferred any drones to his second hatchery. He's what's it called, scaring away the overlord. And if we have a look at the vision from Damrod, he has no idea what's gonna happen. The only thing he knows is Zerg hasn't taken a third. Now he only sees 2. Actually, he only scouts 4 Zerglings. It's very interesting. He's ooh, and this is smart. This is so smart of Alo. He runs around instead with the Zerglings. That's definitely gonna punish his third base for sure. I find it really clever what he did. He couldn't see. He didn't go far enough into his natural to actually be able to see whether or not the Zerg had saturated his natural base. So right now we're seeing an immediate punishment of the economy. He also knows if he gets down the queen here and the baning nest, there are no banings. And right now you can see there are no banings being morphed. It's a pure Zergling versus Zergling match. And actually Damrod has one baneling. He needs to make the best baneling connection in the history of CVC in order to hold this. Look at the army supply. It's in favor of Alo. If he managed to hold though, he has 3 bases, more workers. You can still see this guy is not taking a third. He's going all in. Hey Tiki. Good luck in the lower bracket, mate. When you get there. Alo GG's out. He holds. Damrod holds. I did not see that coming at all. To me that's really impressive. Like, had I played Zerg there, I would have definitely lost. Like, he was in the complete blind. He did not know. That was super impressive to me. You'll need the luck. I don't know, mate. I think you need to just get a feel of the game. So wow, yet another really fast game. CVC can be really action-packed. I thought Alo was super clever, the way he scared away the Overlord and the way he ran around with the Zerglings, not revealing more than 4 Zerglings, which is pretty normal to see at that stage of the game. But then the Damrod's ability to actually adapt, and even though he lost his baneling nest, which I thought was like game over, he had that one baning, he did like a decent hit with it, and he just held, and he had 3 bases, more workers behind it. So I find it very impressive. Oh, you'll play against the Zerg then. Remember to wall off then. Okay, let's see if we can do this. So Damrod is up 1-0 in... Fucking hell, how do we do this again? In a few games, guys, I'll remember how to make a best of number. So it's Control Shift and then 3. There we go. So Alo spawning at the bottom right corner. This time, can he trick his opponent? Time will tell. And at the top left corner, we'll see Damrod again. Can he hold? Will he still be as greedy? Take 3 bases? We will find out. Look, nice trophy. This guy plays automated tournaments. Not bad. So this time around we see Alo taking a really fast hatchery. So already now we can kind of say that there are some mind games going on. He tried to punish a guy that went 3 hatcheries first, and he didn't succeed. So what do you do then when you can't kill someone? He played, in my opinion, a perfect mind game. and the other guy still hold. So this is pretty unlucky, right? Because he's taking a third hatchery, thinking, he likes to macro up and defend. What does Damrod do? He actually plays into this, saying, okay, this opponent, he's not gonna try to do the same thing twice. He's gonna most likely do the opposite, which is macro up, so I'll be the aggressive instead. And this is what he's doing. It's not full aggression. He goes for 6 circlings, maybe trying to cancel a hatchery, while also taking a base behind it. So it's kind of a middle of the road aggression, and it's gonna be super interesting to see what he actually does to prevent this. More circlings will run across the map. The poor Alo has nothing. He took 3 hatcheries, he has no circlings. He's gonna get punished so hard. God fucking damn it. I forgot the full screen again, guys. Oh. His pull is soon done, but definitely the first hatchery will go down. Maybe, just maybe, Damrod doesn't know about his third hatchery. And I actually think that is a mistake. If he runs back now, if he runs back right now without scouting whether or not this hatchery is up, that's a big mistake. Let's look at the production. A couple of circling comes out. He needs to pull drones. He pulls all his drones. 4 circlings is soon coming, but this looks like game over. This is the typical thing you'll see in CVC, I think, where there's so much mind games involved, and that's why scouting is so important. Damrod now knows about the third. He scouted with his overlord, but honestly, he has already at this stage done so much damage. He's up 10 workers, twice the army supply. He runs home. He could even take a third from here on out. He has already 4 queens. Oh man, this is brutal. Will this supply block him? Almost supply blocking Alo. Which is actually making a baning nest, and he's not producing any overlords. So he's gonna get supply block right now. And he can't even afford to build an overlord. He should be building an overlord anytime soon, or that's gonna severely fuck up his counter-attack. Behind this, Damrod is already making a wall, knowing that there's a possibility of a baning bust. And he also is making a roach warren, which is super good against banings. So I'm fairly confident to say that this is, and I don't want to be that guy, but this is pretty much over. This guy is just getting everything. I mean, if he tags into this right now, he loses the game. Maybe Alo already knows that and says, okay, I'm gonna be playing from extremely far behind and try to do something else about it. So let's see what he actually is doing. He's just building probes, he's building circlings. I thought I saw... Oh, it's a hatchery. Okay, so he actually cancelled. He was building... He was building, what is it called? The, Hydralisk building, which I can't remember the name of right now. But he cancelled it for some reason. Which I'm thinking he might as well. He's trying to punish him a little bit with sending in a few circlings to count the workers. He sees there's almost no workers in the mineral line. He still hasn't taken his natural. He's still on 2 bases. What else? Yeah, it looks pretty grim for him. He's getting his upgrades. Right now he could pretty much run across the map and finish the game. I'm not really sure why he's taking his time to macro up here. How do I change the in-game color? Can I do that? Multiply team color, double click. What does that even mean? I think these guys chose their colors themselves, right? Can I do something about it? Is there a... Is there a command to change the color? I feel like this should not... No. It doesn't seem like you can change it here. They need to do it before the game starts. If you look at the upgrades, our Alo has circling speed, but since Damrod already went into roaches, he's upgrading. So right now, you know, just upgrading his roaches. He has 13 roaches, and his opponent has only 10 circlings. I feel like right now we're seeing a Zerg maybe playing a little bit too protective, or you know, he should definitely have run across the map and tried to kill him much earlier than this. Alo sees the army with his overlord and taps out, which is completely understandable. He was there was no way he would ever get back into that game. I'm gonna tell the next players to please pick different colors, because that obviously was a little bit hard to distinguish the Zerglings when they were fighting each other. Most of these guys never ever got casted either, right? So they also kind of need to know how to choose their colors before the game starts, and also, as you saw earlier, they also need to host with the right add-on, Game Heart, which we're using. I think that's pretty much the standard tournament UI. So we will go back to the stream channel and say we are ready to cast next game. Invite. Next best of 3. Hashtag invite. Hi, I love colors. How are you? Speaking of colors, I love colors entered the channel. I don't know why I wrote we, but since I'm talking to you guys a lot, I kind of feel like it's not just me doing this. But maybe they look at this and say, wow, this guy is weird. He has multiple voices inside his head. Losers bracket best of 1, 3 Sandro. Okay, a lot of Polish stuff, and I don't understand Polish. I'm very sorry. But I was just thinking it's easier to take the best of 3s, because otherwise I have to like join a lot of games all the time. But I'll cast whatever. I just need an invite. That's pretty much it. Still free for next game. Just in. This is pretty chilling. It's actually not that easy to cast. Like, suddenly you forget about buildings' names, and I do only play one race, so when it comes to CVC, my expertise is not that great. Obviously, I see a lot of StarCraft, but knowing the different build orders, not necessary. I kind of feel like it always ends up being roaches against roaches, or someone going for an early, like they fake out a couple of roaches and then they go for a Mutalisk. That's pretty much what I see. Or you see one of those really, really short games that revolves around having circlings and getting really good baning connections. Usually though, I kind of feel the ones that place in the middle of the road builds and have great defenses often get ahead. I'm thinking here about the really great ones, such as Snoot and Serral. Oh, we got an invite. Yay! We got an invite. And this time, guys, promise you. Oh, it's Tiki. So it's Tiki versus Elo, the lower bracket. Both eliminated or knocked down to the loser bracket after their round 1 and 2. Okay, switching to full screen. So we're gonna have a PVC here, guys. And you guys, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask in chat. Or any suggestions or help, just everything is appreciated. If you're game hard wizards and know some kind of cool shortcut, let me know. Or I'm gonna set up a couple of camera hotkeys here. At the bottom right corner, we have our Protoss player, Tiki. Wow. There we go. And at the top left corner, the Zerg player Elo from, I think, Clan Envy. I'm not really sure, but Tiki can tell us maybe after the game what his clan tag actually stands for. The TASTSHLD. No idea. So when looking at the Protoss player Tiki here, he goes for the very standard wall pylon placement to wall off his natural against the Zerg. This is pretty standard. He goes again for 2 gateways, not opting for a fast expansion. Fairly similar from the last game we saw against the Terran. He does not go for a fast expansion. On the other hand, we see the Zerg player Elo, completely standard opening, hatchery first, gas pool. Pretty much anything we can expect from here, from 2 to 4 Zerglings, depending on if he is focused on a very macro economical build, or if he wants to maybe all in. So we'll have to keep an eye on the Zerg player and see whether or not he's producing workers or Zerglings. We have the production tab open, guys, so it's great help for us. We can actually see what's going on at all times without looking at the base. Tiki going for a very special wall here. I feel he is using way too many buildings to actually wall this off. As you guys know and have seen my stream, this square that I'm drawing here, you can actually cover this entire wall off of 3 buildings, 1 pylon and 3 buildings. Going for second gas, 3rd pylon already, and still no nexus. Going for 2 salads to place in the wall. We see Elo just kinda, you know, chilling. He built his 4 Zerglings, but he's not gonna use them to actually walk across the map. So we don't see anything particular interesting in the sense of early aggression. He will now go to scout. He's having a overlord in the Protoss base, so he does know about this pylon placement. I'm not sure what he has actually seen so far. We can check. He has seen the wall, so he already knows the wall, and he sees the 3rd gateway. So pretty much the Zerg knows exactly what's going on the map. Tiki, on the other hand, playing super defensive with 2 shield batteries. He needs to have 1 of these salads hold position. Okay, he did. Taking his 2nd. We already see a 3rd behind this from Elo. And he's actually opting to go for a baning nest. So, the interesting part here, do you go for a baning bust now that you have seen this wall and the wall containing 2 shield batteries? He builds the Stalker to kill the scouting overlord, which probably not gonna matter too much. We see that Elo is right now ahead in economy. He's up 15 workers. He has, as I said earlier, 3rd expansion. He now does not need to push or baning bust any wall. He's just getting more and more ahead by staying on his 3 bases. He's still only on circling tech, and I'm really interested to see what his tech choice is after these 3 bases are down. I have a queen marching over to the 3rd base, which he's gonna be using to what's it called? Inject. He's producing even more drones, and now he's actually opting into upgrading. So it's gonna be interesting. Is it going to be roaches or is it going to be hydras? We will find out. Tiki building a forge and a Twilight Council. This is all pretty standard. Did I miss an air unit? He has built a Stargate, but he's currently not producing anything from it. Let's see how much damage these adepts can get done. He actually goes directly into scouting the natural. Is he going to finish these off? Okay, so he's actually killing stuff now. He's gotten 3. So he got 1 circling and 3 drones for his 2 adepts. I feel that's not enough. And he's still, well, he can assume that he has a 3rd base, but he doesn't know for sure. But the creep moved there. So the tech choice of the Zerg player, Alo, is actually Hydralisks. And for 2 evolution chambers. Now we see the first Oracle being produced by Tiki. And the thing is, we'll see how much damage he actually can get done with an Oracle when the Zerg can already produce Hydralisk. This is going to be extremely difficult for him. We find our Zerg player still droning up. He's now up twice the worker amount than our Protoss player. He's up to 62 workers. 3 bases fully saturated. It looks extremely brutal for the Protoss player. He's gonna try to get something done with this Oracle. I sincerely doubt that he will get anything done, especially with the Hydras already out on the map or being produced. So right now his army composition is Hydras, baning speed being upgraded as well, and Zerglings. It's a pretty good stable army. What you need against this is Archons, but right now he's going for Storm. Hasn't warped in any Templars yet. Almost +1 is almost done, and Blink has a couple of sentries. Anyways, let's see if Tiki can get anything done with this Oracle. So we need to keep an eye on the Oracle. When you look at the army supply, the Zerg already has twice the amount. This stage of the game might not be the biggest issue. Okay, here we go. Oracle goes in, finds out, of course, there's a Spore. It's gonna be a sexy Stasis Ward. And he actually that's pretty good from Alo. He actually managed to pull off his drones. So only 1 queen and 1 worker got Stasis Warded. However, Tiki did not lose his Oracle, but has behind this stopped producing any kind of air unit. And just as I say that, you will see a Phoenix getting produced. Storm is now done, which is great news for him. He already has 1 Templar out. He's still not fully saturated, and I think what Tiki needs to be working on here, being a new player as he is constantly be producing probes. He's just simply being out macroed in a very brutal way. He can't even defend his 3rd if he wanted to, and he needs to move his army out, at least if he want to try. If we look at the point of view from the Zerg player, he can already see the 3rd being produced, and he's gonna go now and cancel it with the Zerglings. Do we see any reaction from the Protoss player? Is he gonna be there in time? I don't think so. He's gonna go for the snipe. What? He went for the snipe. Boom. No cancel. I think I saw no cancel. But when looking at the minerals, our Protoss player has almost 2,500 minerals. Our Zerg player is already starting to bank up. He's soon close to 200 supply. Producing infestors now. I didn't even catch that. Not because there was so much going on, but actually so much to talk about. I find there's just so many things that Tiki can work on, and guys, you have to remember, it takes balls to sign up for tournaments where you know you're just gonna get stomped by pretty much anyone you meet on the ladder or in the tournament, and yet, you know, you still meet up, you lose, and you even play the lower bracket. Like, huge respect for people that does that, because it is a learning experience, and this is gonna be a huge eye opener for him. Like, how can this guy be at 200 supply when I'm at 80? How can he have 4 bases and I'm only trapped on 2? He's gonna have that 1 storm if he has no 2 storms. And not even 2 storms can do that much damage. So here we're gonna be seeing poor Tiki having to tap out. Elo simply too strong. Simply too strong. And I think that was it, right? It was the best of 1. I can cast this PVC versus Trifax. Tell them, please. Okay, so I think lower bracket was actually best of 1. So now Tiki is sadly out of the tournament. But, I mean, it's a good learning experience. Total Lux. What? Who is Lux? I don't know who Lux is. Can't we see? Can't we have a chat where we can see both PMs and the channel? Oh. I think we got invited to the next game, but he forgot to host it with mod, so we probably have to have a remake. Remake. I'm gonna whisper him. Need host with mod. Game heart. Okay. So we're gonna be actually covering this game without Game Hard. They hosted without Game Hard. So I'm just gonna let them know in the next game to please host with Game Hard, because it's gonna make it a lot easier and more enjoyable for you guys to follow. Oh, wait. There is Game Hard on. Maybe it's okay. Good luck, have fun, guys. If they don't want to say it, I'll gladly say it for them. Okay, so it's PVC. On the top left corner, we will see our Lux player playing for the Wild Boars. Protoss player, Lux. And at the bottom right corner, let's see, from the clan NMSQ. No idea what that stands for, but we have our Zerg player, Trifax. So here we see Lux trying to build a wall on the natural, which is the standard thing you do in PVC. Has a probe out, is already scouting the hatchery before pool, so gas pool, and so far an extremely standard game. And thank you so much for telling me to do full screen. I forgot it again. So we are going to be seeing a Nexus before Cybernetics. Just gonna place the Cybernetics here. So right now he's doing a pretty standard build, the Protoss player. And it's gonna be interesting to see what kind of tech choice he opens up with. Is it gonna be Robo, is it gonna be Twilight Council, or do we see a Stargate? Since I'm not familiar with the players, I don't know. Right now he's banking up a lot of gas though, so it could maybe be Stargate. But we'll see. Is the scouting probe, did it go home? Let's check. He sent, okay, so Lux sent his probe back home. He produces a adept, which is completely normal. Main base fully saturated. He's still producing workers and is going to rally them to his natural. We still haven't seen the tech choice. And Stargate is going to be the tech choice. I like it. I actually like it a lot. Let's see what he gets done with the Stargate. Can the Stalker cancel this scout, or will he be able to scout it? Oh, it's so close. And he sees it. And he targets the building. Guys, our Circ player knows exactly what he's up against. So he has 4 circlings out on the map, a couple of queens, already taking the 3rd. He's going for circling speed. And I kind of wanna see a spores in each mineral line as a reaction to, here we go, Stargate that he scouted. So he has queens, he has spores, he's ready for the oracle. Lux knows that he was scouted, so it's really smart to choose to go for the phoenixes instead, trying to kill the overlords that could be around the base. You know, kind of leave the Circ player blind. Still producing workers. I wonder what the next tech choice. Wow, double Stargate. So we are actually going to see a Protoss player being super defensive, trying to go directly into Sky Toss. It's going to be interesting to see if it works. Circling is going to run across the map to check if the 3rd base is taken or not. Since the Protoss player denied all vision with the Phoenixes, he sees no 3rd base has been taken. Oh, there's a hole in the wall. He fixes that. Gateways are up now. And he's taking a 3rd. The thing is, the circling saw what they needed to see. They saw a probe move out with a small army. He knows the 3rd base is being taken. So behind this, we actually see Lux go for even more Phoenixes, which is quite interesting. When do you want, as a Protoss player, to switch directly into carriers? That's always the hard question. Behind this, he's getting the Twilight Council. I'm guessing he's going for charge. We'll keep an eye on that. He's still dancing with his Phoenixes. He's doing a pretty good job. I mean, he hasn't lost a Phoenix yet, I think. No. Protoss player actually hasn't lost anything so far, and he's losing a Phoenix there. That could have been avoided, but so far so good. This can be dangerous to stay around 4. He gets the Overlord kill though, but loses another Phoenix, and that's definitely not worth it, guys. Queen's being out of mana, can't transfuse the Overlord. More Overlords drop down. He's still producing Phoenixes, 2 at a time. He's getting glaives up that, so upgrades, so it's actually not charge, it's glaives. If we look at the buildings, he's still going off of this from 2 gateways, but now producing 2 extra gateways. Has 5 adepts so far, and he should be able to hold this. He hasn't started building any mana batteries. He should be chrono boosting out the glaives if he goes for an early glaive attack. I have a feeling that's not the case. He's actually doing a great job peeling off these Hydras. That's actually really good play. And since Hydras are light units, oh, he's playing super safe, getting shield batteries as well. But these these adepts are absolutely gonna destroy these Hydras and even the Zerglings because they're both light units. So I actually feel like they should be in a good spot. The trick here with the Phoenixes is not to pick up too many Hydras at the same time, because then you actually lose your DPS. And I think that was the problem here. He was behind a bit, and his shield batteries didn't do much, and maybe also missed a few warp ins of adepts, or maybe the timing was just too strong. Well, we saw Trifax knowing exactly what he was up against, and he knew when he had to punch the Protoss. And very effectively, I might say. I as a Protoss player, I really liked what Lux was doing, and it actually made me think about maybe I should start doing the same. Normally I go for like directly into carriers if I want to go two Stargates. Or go for one Stargate into Robo, but you know, maybe he's inspired by the Roddy build. Roddy loves to go for his Phoenixes, but then loves to actually use charged zealots instead of glaive adepts. So I feel like he could have made it work, but maybe glaive adepts are a little bit too expensive. I don't know. He could have gotten like 2-3 more Phoenixes out to kill the Hydras, and with charged zealots he could have killed the Hydras a lot faster and the Zerglings a lot faster. Everything would pretty much have gone down faster. Anyways, thank you so much for the follow. I can't see exactly who it is. Gonna make big screen again. At the bottom right corner, we will see Lux, the Protoss player, attempting to go Stargate in the first game and sadly losing. Top left corner, we have our Trifax Zerg player. Let's see if he can get game number 2 as well. So it's gonna be interesting to see now who actually goes for what and when. Like, we knew first game started with a hatchery first before gas pool. Let's see if the Protoss does the same. Right now the Protoss knows nothing. He's thinking, oh my god, is this guy going to bust me? But he scouts in time, he sees the pool, he knows something is wrong. Zerg player chose to take the third base because the probe was blocking the natural. It doesn't really affect the Zerg player in one bit, and he should be completely safe. Standard opening again, actually the exact same opening as before with the Protoss. Lux is gonna go for Gateway Nexus into Cybernetics Core. And as I said before, it's gonna be super interested to see what the Protoss player decides to go for this time. Last game it was Stargate, before Twilight, before Robo. Is it going to be the same? I feel this map is somewhat the same as the map before, so he could go Stargate again and maybe try and execute it a little bit better or get more damage done. Maybe pick off queens instead of overlords. I know it's or even drones. It's super hard sometimes to figure out what you should go for when you're opening up Phoenixes. But I did notice something. The Zerg player is scouting directly into the natural, and he's only scouting with one overlord, so he's actually thinking that the Protoss player is going for Stargate again. And what do you know? He opts into Stargate play one more time, and he puts the Stargate the exact same place as where the Zerg found it last time. Now, is that a smart thing? Sometimes, you know, you can get too mechanical. It works on the ladder, right? Because you never face the same opponent twice. Or the chance is very low. This time around, I kind of feel, and we will see. The Zerg player, he knows where he's scouting. He should, this time around again, find the Stargate. And I think he will. The Adepts kills one Zergling. Ooh, Nice. He builds ooh, he gets one. Does he get out alive? Wow, he accidentally clicked his hatchery. But he gets the adept. So if we look at the score screen, 1 circling for 1 adept. Yes, I would take that trade anytime as a Protoss player, or a Zerg player. So this time Lux actually goes for an Oracle, a fast Oracle, but Trifax scouted it. Now, Spore already in his natural, or let's say the 3rd base, but that was his 2nd base. Main base already having a Spore, and you have already a Queen at the natural. But the thing is, the Oracle can actually kill a Queen. The Queen needs more help. He gets 1 kill, and I think he's gonna lose it. That's not good. It's a horrible start for the Protoss player, and an extremely good start for the Zerg player. Upgrading his hatchery already, soon done. He opts to the exact same play again with the Glaive's Adept. I think he's maybe a little bit too stuck on that idea. Fucking hell, the full screen again. Looks like my hotkey doesn't work. Let's see if it transfers now. Okay, I'm very sorry guys, it happens every time. It's like the game hard hotkeys with my changing my intermission screen to the in-game screen. It's kind of like the same hotkey almost. So maybe there is something going on there I need to change for next game. But yeah, our Zerg player goes for roaches. Lots and lots of roaches. Or let's see how many, but he's definitely ahead. Protoss player did differ a little bit. He only went for 1 Stargate, and he actually goes into Robo Bay now. So I think he's stopping the Stargate production and focusing on a more melee heavy army composition. He does have an Oracle to spot the enemy. He does have a Phoenix to kill the Overlords. Will he get it? He should go for it. He could have gotten that one, for sure. Doesn't find value there. The most important part for the Protoss player right now is the scouting. He does not know what he's up against yet. He hasn't seen the roaches. Good counter is Immortals, so let's see if he produces one. He gets the Immortal production going. Wow, this is interesting. He leaves his 3rd base completely exposed, and he's trying to get damage done. It will be scouted now by the Overlord. Let's see how well these adepts do when they see roaches. He cancels. I think that's a very wise choice. I think use the Oracle, get some damage done. Why not? Can't shoot air. 6 more roaches on the way. This is doing nothing. He's kiting, but he's just losing his units. Sadly, this does not look good for the Protoss player. He is buying time though, and maybe this time around he can get enough Immortals out. Immortal being stuck here. The natural, if we look at the worker count, it's actually dead even. So that's good for Protoss. The Zerg player has apparently been cutting drones, and I feel like with a 2nd Immortal coming out here, if that had gotten out a little earlier, he would have been able to hold. I definitely want to see an Oracle starting to shoot. Like, shield batteries are so key here. But, oh my god, please use the Oracle. Please use the Oracle. That's all I'm saying. He wins easily if he uses the Oracle here. Is it too late? Or will he be able to actually... I think he can hold here. More roaches on the way. The Zerg is still staying on 55 workers. Check it units. Production here. Not producing any workers. Oh, he gives up. He actually leaves his base. I'm very surprised by this. How many... So yeah, he only has 3 gateways. So that's obviously a problem. He's now producing 2 Immortals at a time. If he had had one Void Ray, or if he had used his Oracle from the beginning, just imagine. I think actually he holds them. And he's gonna take off out the pylon, I think. Then 66% of his entire production of gateway units is gonna be destroyed. Okay. Good thing is he didn't lose his workers, he recalled them. But the Zerg player is taking a third base. And the poor Protoss player has to take his third again. He lost a lot of pylons. Yeah, Protoss player is definitely playing a lot from behind. He's taking 4 more gateways, so he has 7 or 8 gates. He's getting a Void Ray, which would have been good if the Zerg player hadn't already transitioned into Hydras. Right now though, only 3 Hydras. But he's producing 15 Hydras behind this. Yeah. We are going to see a Protoss player getting absolutely stomped in the face right now. I'm very sorry, I'm not gonna overcast this, that he has a chance. If this Zerg player is gonna hit with all those Hydras, he's definitely gonna have a problem. But he's actually attacking before half his army is there. With good force fields, he could have maybe trapped this part of the army and killed it. A Colossus is on the way. Now, Colossus is pretty good against Hydras. Ooh, will he get trapped here? Will he actually get trapped here? OMG. That's like the best force field I've ever seen. How many? 7 roaches being stasis. I hope the Zerg player doesn't attack up the ramp, because with the force field and all, that's very bad. You see the Colossus on the way? Yeah, he has to section out this army and then fight the other army afterwards. Nexus goes down instantly. Warp ins are being cancelled. He needs to warp in new. Good force fields again. I think... Did the Nexus get cancelled or did it actually get killed? It dropped as fast as it was placed. Right now, if he had charged zealots, I don't understand the decision regarding the upgrades. He went for glaives. Obviously, he went for glaive attack, so that can be defended. Then he goes for blink stalker, but I'm not really seeing any stalkers, right? And against Hydras, blink stalkers are not that great. So this is gonna be the end. Trifax takes it 2-0. Our poor Protoss player is out, or is dropping down to the loser bracket. Really well played by Trifax though. Really good showing. He knew exactly what to do at all time, and it showed. It showed in his games. So let's take a look at the bracket. So we're close to the semifinals now. Actually, this is going to be the semifinals, or the first semifinal. It's a best of 3. It's Trifax versus RAV, and I think I don't know if I'm going to be casting that or if Sandro wants to cast it. So that's what we have to find out right now. The games are going really fast. Good night, Mr. Korean. I hope one day I can say your name, but I don't speak Korean. But have a great evening or night. I see Sandro wrote me something. Told looks, okay. Okay. Let's get my stream back on so I can see whether or not I'm on the right intermission screen. So I wrote Trifax that I would be ready again if needed. Okay. I'm not sure right now, guys, what we're gonna be casting next. I can update the bracket and see that we have Lux and Alo in the loser bracket that we could cast. Maybe I should ask those guys. Ready if needed. Maybe they're taking a small break, but we're already halfway through the tournament. So it's going extremely fast. Which means that I will probably get dinner in an hour, which is great. And I'm gonna also write in the tournament channel, ready if anyone has a game. Good luck out there. Oh, Lux invited me. Got a game, boys. We got a game. Lux against Alo, best of 1, loser bracket. We are playing on black pink. It is not one of my favorite maps. It's another Protoss versus Zerg, so we're starting to get familiar with these players. And now that this is the third game we're gonna be casting with Lux in it, he's most likely gonna opt into a Stargate again. But we'll see. Making the big screen, trying to remember. Anyways, guys, top right corner from my clan, Wild Boars, is the Protoss player Lux. And at the bottom left corner, we have Alo. He went down in the loser bracket before Lux, and he's fighting his way back to the loser finals. Let's present the guy. It is Alo from Envy. I hope it's pronounced Envy. They're talking a little bit Polish, and I'm guessing it's something about how did we end up here, guys, at the loser bracket when we're that good at the game. And they're both like, I don't know, it's clearly a mistake. It should have been a best of 7 the whole way. But in this case it's not, it's a best of 3. Zerg player going for hatchery on the 3rd base location. He did that. Actually Lux experienced that in the 2nd game we just saw with him. So let's see if he finds out. He sees the pool is really late. He saw no hatchery. I think our Zerg player is gonna fake out the fact that he's trying to take a hatchery, but Lux should know something is off, and I would wish, let's check his point of view. He hasn't seen up here yet. I kinda wish he would go here just to confirm, but otherwise he knows the pool is pretty late, and therefore he's not like producing a salad. He got his nexus down. Maybe he's thinking, I don't even know, I know there is a hatchery there, I don't need to scout it. It's more important for me to scout the amount of links going across the map. Everything going well for the Protoss player. Macro is fine, 2nd pylon is on the way. As soon as the 2nd pylon is done, it's gonna go for an adept. And now the exciting part, what tech choice does the Protoss player decide to go for? We'll find out. He sees the 4 Zerglings, he runs up, confirms the fact that there is a hatchery. I think he would have loved to see what came out of the eggs. If it's more Zerglings or if it's drones. In this case it's drones, but he does not know about it. Still 1 gas. Zergling speed, producing queen and more drones. He's going for a macro build, the Zerg. Zerg also knows Protoss is going for the same. So right now it's a slow pace beginning of the game. And as we know, Lux has done previously, chooses to go for the Stargate. Let's see this time if actually the Protoss player... Wow, look at this announcer, is just the worst. But he did not scout the Stargate, and therefore he chooses to go Oracle first. This is very interesting. So far, 3 kills on the Adept. Wow, this has really paid off. This is going much better for him this time around. And 4 kills, not bad. Let's check at the... It's 3 circlings, 1 Overlord, and a drone. He managed to get the Adept out in time, which is super good. Oracle is on the way. No Spore. No Spore, and he hasn't... Wow, the Circ hasn't taken a natural yet, which surprises me a lot. And we see a Baning. We see a Baning nest. So the Circ player wants to finish this ASAP. He wants to, as soon as this Baning nest is done, morph these Circlings into Banes and try to kill his wall. The Circ player, the Protoss player obviously wants to go for drones when he sees this. He has already killed 5 drones, but now he really needs to scout. He sees the hatchery. He sees more Circlings. He should be alarmed. What is he going to do? He's going to see the Baning nests. He knows exactly what's going on. What is the reaction of the Protoss player? What do we have going? Phoenix. That's useless. Can he hold this? Oh no. Oh no, no, no. He's completely misreading this. He saw the Baning nest. He should have been placing extra wall, shield barriers, whopping in a sentry. This is gonna go horrible for the Protoss player. I have been in a situation like this 1,000 times, and it's brutal. It's so brutal to see this. He recalls all his probes to his main, and in comes all the banelings, and you guys are gonna see fireworks. So far he's still up 33 workers. He didn't actually lose that many workers, but there's still 2 banelings left. Can he target down the banelings? No, he cannot. Boom. And Lux just lost 30 workers in 2 seconds. GG. Alo takes the victory and is now moving on in the tournament. That ended extremely fast. I think 3 minutes earlier I said it's gonna be a standard macro game, slow game start, and bam, he throws down Baning Nest. And Alo just goes for the kill move. As soon as he saw his Overlord getting sniped, he thought it might be some kind of DT tech or possibly a Stargate, and he just went for it. I'm a little bit sad that Lux didn't react fast enough in time. He did get to see those extra Ling run across the map. He kind of saw the Baning Nest extremely late. I almost doubt that the if he had built like maybe an extra wall in terms of building a gateway or building 2 shield batteries, I'm not even sure they would have been up in time. Warping in a sentry if he could, if it was on cooldown or off cooldown, 2 sentries is gonna buy him a lot of time. But let's be real here, he had probably 2 seconds time to react, and it's not a lot. Maybe if he hadn't gone for the drone kills and he went for the scout, or if he had even sent his Oracle to the main base first, he would have had enough time to actually defend it. Super brutal. I feel for Lux. He's now out of the tournament. Alo moves on, and we're looking for a new game. Writing in the chat that we're ready for a new game while updating the brackets. Let's see here if we know anything. So RAV underscore is now in the semi. Okay, I said finals before, but it's actually the semifinals. He's in right now. Trifax that we followed for 2 games straight is now down in the loser bracket. which is gonna be super interesting, guys, because actually Trifax... No. Okay, I thought Alo and Trifax actually already played against each other, but they haven't. So the only thing we could see would be a game, loser bracket game with Damrod, whoever he's going to face. Actually, that's the only game we can cast right now, I think. So let's see again. We need to get a hold of Damrod. Gonna whisper him. Okay, we already have one. Telling him that I'm ready for the next game. I know. So right now we're waiting for the match between, let's see here again, between Sobotech and Spectra, and whoever wins that series is going to face Damrod. This is the StarCraft II Farmers Cup. I wrote here it's powered by Sandro Strong, because he has promised whoever wins the finals will receive a big bag of potato. It's the good thing about this, it's something very tangible. Like, let's say you won $10,000. What would you do with that money? If you receive a big bag of potatoes, you know what to do with them. You cook them, you eat them. You smile, you're happy, you're full. It gives meaning. So Damrod says he fucked up his upper bracket games, but it's good for him. He didn't know what I have build order. Ah, yeah. Great mind game tactic. I hope the sound is not too loud, guys, or if I should be muting the in-game music in between games. Choose to not play any other kind of music except the music from Blizzard, because I don't know if I want to upload the YouTube video after this or make a new video of it. Anyways, so far it's been super fun. We are almost, I would say we are 70% through the tournament. I don't think it's been that long, actually. It goes super fast. And once the tournament is done, I am going to eat, and then maybe, just maybe, I'll stream myself after dinner some Protoss games in Master League, and hopefully we'll win some. Most likely we'll lose as many as we win, which is fine by me. Hopefully we won't have a day like 2 days ago where we lost 12 games and only won 2. That is pretty tough. Checking other whispers. Someone wrote something to me in Polish and I have no idea what that means.
Oh, come on, really?
Is it also best of one in the final lower bracket? I think it's pretty brutal, the whole best of ones in lower brackets. It's last best of one match. Others is best of 3. Okay, thanks. Would be too brutal otherwise. Little bit of downtime here. We can check who actually followed. Hot News has followed. Thank you so much, Hot News. I completely forgot to give you a shout out. What? Spectre versus Damrod? What the hell? What? God damn it. What? Next time they should invite me when there's not that many games left. Feels bad. Oh, we managed to get in. There we go.
Is it done?
No, the tournament is not done. It always, you can, every time, it's always worth it to complain, guys. Or else you'll never be heard. This is also gonna be casted in Polish by Sandro Strong, if you guys are interested in that. Ba-ba-da-ba. Let's change to big screen. If we can figure it out. Zerg versus Terran, guys. It's going to be epic. Spectra from the Wild Boar clan in the top left corner. Wow. And at the bottom right corner we'll have Damrod. Damn good Zerg, if I may say so myself. Currently teamless. Guys, pick this guy up. Damrod, the Zerg. Not much going on right now. I hope we get to see longer games. This is still a best of one, as far as I recall. Ooh, what's this? OMG, guys. We have a proxy barrack. Dirty Terran play here. And poor Damrod. Making a hatchery, as he normally would. I'm not sure that has too much to say, but he definitely should get down a pool soon, or else I'll start to get very worried. So it's a double barrack. He is scouting with an overlord, so he's gonna be scouting this extremely late. Sometimes you will see Zergs try to scout with a drone. In this case, he did not opt to do so. First Marine is already building. He's getting scouted now, I think. Yes, no, maybe. He sees the SCV. Oh! And he sees the proxy. He hides the overlord. ASAP. Bunker is being placed. Oh, this is so brutal. He's going for a mass contain. 2 bunkers being placed. Double marine production. He will probably be able to... Ooh, so Damrod's response to this is actually 3 spine crawlers. I like it. I like it. And he's already now producing 8, 10 Zerglings and 1 queen. Can he actually hold this? That would be so sick if he holds. Let's zoom out a little more. I think we need a better view here. At home, he's finally taking gases. Still producing only marines. Building a 3rd bunker. And I think here we go. Let's see, he's pulling everything. The queen, the Zerglings. Making the spine take some damage, sending in the queens. The Zerglings and the queen. I feel like maybe he should have focused on repairing, killing the SCV. But I think he might be able. I think he actually got this. Let's check the worker count. It's somewhat even. Damrod's army. He has twice the army. Wow, this is gonna be brutal. I feel like he... Oh, okay. Another queen. He held this beautifully. And now Terran player sending back. Building a command center in his main base, putting down the factory, walling off with 3 supply depots. Circling's running across the map, trying to see maybe if he can break it. Right now he's not producing any marines at all. So Damrod is definitely trying to see if he can punish this. When we look at the workers, Damrod is also up in workers now. Deciding to start only producing workers. Seeing if he can get any sort of damage done here. Spectre pulling the workers to repair the supply depots. He needs to buy time so he can get out some marines, but right now no marines are being produced. He can most likely repair this for some time and get out the marines to defend. But still, this is brutal for him. He has to pull, in this case, he has 3 SCVs trying to repair the wall. Only 13 SCVs on minerals. He has saturated his gas, but he's already now 10-11 workers behind. Luckily he did choose to build a command center. That was definitely the right choice. And maybe he can get some damage done with the medevac and some Hellion play. We'll see. Oh no, oh no, this is not good, this is not good. Can he raise the supply depot? He can't, he's in. The links are in. GG. This was brutal. I actually thought the Terran player was in a somewhat of a decent spot after that defense. Like, he was definitely behind still, but it didn't seem as impossible. Oh man. Really feel for the Terran player there. But nice scouted with the Olon. Really good defense. Super good call with the 3 spines. And overall, I just think Damrod played it really well. Really well. Two new interactions. I'm just gonna write tak. It's the only word I understand what it means. Apparently it's the same in Polish as it is in Danish. Okay, let's check the bracket for 1 second. Just to be up to date. Okay, I think we're gonna be invited to the next game. I'm not really sure who's playing. Also, it's Damrod and Alo. And that's actually quite funny because in the round of 2 they faced off and Damrod won 2-0 against Alo. So this is kind of a rematch between the 2 of them, but this time around they can only play a best of 1. So this is the revenge match. And I can't wait to see if who actually wins that one. If Damrod wins again or Alo actually managed to win. Revenge match. Can't wait. Oops. They were vetoing and I just spammed the chat. That was not that polite of me. Apparently they've been playing against each other for quite some time. So there's a lot of mind games involved as well. Elo thinks that he has no chance against Damrod. Okay, let's check this Damrod. So he's a rank 1 master. But he has been a master 14 times, so he's definitely a strong contender for the trophy here, the final. And we got a game. We already have a game. Okay, Elo is a diamond player. So if we just look at the rankings of the two players, Damrod is a clear favorite, and seeing the fact that he already won 2-0 in the initial match, it's gonna be fun to see what Elo is going to do about it. But it's a CVC, anything can happen. A couple of good baning busts and or baning hits can really turn a game around. We'll see what happens. It's on Blackpink. It's a fairly big map actually. It's gonna be interesting to see who actually goes for the defensive build or macro build, and who goes for the more punishing aggression. Okay, at the bottom left corner, our super damn good Zerg. It's Damrod. Wow. Both players know each other, saying good luck, have fun. At the top right corner, we have the other Zerg player called Elo from Team Clan Envy. So Damrod going for a pool, fast pool, extremely fast pool actually. He's going with the mindset that there's no way in hell I can beat this guy in a straight up match. He places down the pool, and I'm expecting no second base, just pure aggression. Maybe not even circling speed from the get-go, just a lot of circlings. He's already building six circlings. Oh fuck, Damrod is actually the strong player here. It's Elo that should be opening up with aggression, but he chooses to go for the defensive build. Wow, okay. Let's see how much damage Damrod can do with these 6 circlings. It's gonna be super interesting to see if poor Elo with no banelings, a pool that hasn't even been placed yet or is done, how is he going to defend against these 6 circlings? Did he spot it with the Overlord? I actually think he did, and I actually think there might be a GG already coming out here right away. So let's see what happens here. Wow, this is brutal. This is brutal. Okay, so he builds the spine. He actually finishes the hatch. He kind of has to finish the hatch because he will also lose if he cancels the hatch. So we see a couple of worker drilling from mineral patch to mineral patch, but he's unable to do anything. Oh, this might... Let's see. Loses a lot of workers, and he doesn't even get to defend. This is GG. 18 workers against 4. He hasn't scouted yet that he has a natural, but he knew. That was a brutal series. Really hard to hype up a game like that because it was almost just a build order win. So I feel like Elo shouldn't really feel too bad about this. It was more or less a pure build order loss. Not much he could have done about it. But this is best of 3. So from now on, it's a best of 3 in the losers bracket. And let's hope Alo can show a little bit of a better fight than he did last game. I definitely think he can maybe not beat Damrod, but he could definitely give a good showing. And then last game was just a build order loss, so he looked really bad in that one. He's not necessarily that much worse of a player, but there is a huge step between Diamond and a Master League 1 player. Keep that in mind. Okay, we're going back to full screen. Okay, Damrod up 1-0 against Alo. So let's present Damrod. Damn good Zerg player. Top left corner. Still clanless. What is this guy doing? Why doesn't he have a clan? Someone definitely should pick up this guy. And the bottom left corner, Alo, trying to prove that he's capable of taking a map off of Damrod. Let's see how it goes. Alo goes again for a fast hatchery. And let's see what Damrod actually does. Last time he went for an early pool and got the build order win. This time around he also goes for a hatchery. Hatchery a little later than Damrod, Alo's. And Alo also already has a pool. I don't understand why Damrod hasn't placed his pool yet. Seems he's a little bit off his timings, and it's not much, but right now Alo is actually slightly ahead when it comes to actually getting a faster hatchery. He is, however, behind with 2 workers, so maybe he cut a few probes in order to build the early pool and the gas. So, pretty much a mirror start. Nothing really interesting happening right now. Although, Alo going for a very fast circling speed. And 10 circlings. So, this time around, Alo wants to go for the aggression. He's even hiding his links behind the natural mineral line, behind the mineral line in the main base. He wants to surprise Damrod. We did see this last time, actually on the very same map, where Alo decides to hide his links, push away Damrod's overlord here. It's like it's with the queen, and then he runs on this way all the way around to try and cancel Damrod's third. This is exactly what happened the game they played in the winners bracket in round 2. So I can't wait to see if the exact same thing is gonna happen one more time. The last time around I actually thought that Damrod was gonna lose, because what Alo did was, instead of cancelling the third, he went to kill the baneling nest, and by doing so he lost a lot of time denying the third and killing Zerglings. And what Damrod just did was, hey, I'm not gonna fight you, I'm gonna lose if I fight you right now. I'm gonna let you kill my buildings, but you're not attacking my hatchery. So he's going for the same thing again. Ooh, 2 banelings almost done. This is gonna be bad for him. Bam. Bam. But he's still behind the workers. This time around it actually goes a lot better for Alo. But I said that last time as well, and he ended up losing. 4 banelings being morphed, more Zerglings coming out. I think we're seeing the same thing happening one more time. He's up 5 workers, he has 3 hatcheries, he still haven't been able to deny any of the hatcheries, he still has 4 banelings being morphed, and he has enough circlings to defend all of this. And he's ahead with 5 workers. It's actually almost identical from what happened last time. It's funny to see that there was no mind games here. They basically both went for the exact same build. And I feel when you know what happened last time and you didn't manage to break him, you should go for a different strategy. This is super brutal. He's still building circlings. Now 5 drones, but I mean, I don't think he can do anything. His Damrod's Overlord saw that the circlings are going here, so look at this now. Oof. He should actually have hit them on top of the ramp here. Maybe he could have gotten some kills. But yeah, this is a little bit of a cat and mouse fight. They're gonna be running back and forth for a while now. Damrod is getting his Baning Nest again, but Alo is taking also a Baning Nest. Also he's building a Spine Crawler, which I'm not really sure why, but I guess he wants to go on full aggression and he doesn't want to get his attention drawn to his main base if a couple of links runs through for scouting. So we just want to get 100% focus on the attack. His Baning Nest is done, and let's see how many Banelings he's going to morph. Wait, did he cancel his... He's building a second Baneling Nest? I think he's confused, or I'm confused. What's the... This must clearly be a mistake, right? Why are you building a second Baneling Nest? That must be a mistake. Anyways, he's behind 11 workers. He's starting to mine from his third. He has 1 gas versus 2 gases. No Baning speed being researched, but 2 Baning Nests. It's a very interesting choice, but as I said, it's most likely a mistake. And here we go. Can his 2 Banelings kill? Look at how many Banelings he's hiding here. This is so brutal. So actually Damrod is actually going on the offensive. I think he's doing that because he knows he's just a better player and he can do it. But in theory, he is far ahead. He has 20 more workers. It would be more safe if he just sat back and macroed up. Behind this, he's taking 2 gases, a queen, and he's upgrading carapace. But besides that, I don't really see how Alo is going back into this game. Obviously, good Baning hits, if they happen. If he gets super lucky, maybe. But Alo actually does have a bigger army supply. But we can also see that Damrod has pretty much vision anywhere on the map. Every pathway, the middle, the sides, all pathways to his third base. He knows exactly where and when the other Zerg is going to attack him from. And I mean, he could even place down a couple of spines if he wanted to be even more safe, but instead he takes a 4th base. He feels super confident. He's simply too far ahead to lose this game. Sending in Zerglings, he will actually get the cancel here. That is unbelievable, and I feel so sorry for Alo, because if he had reacted in time, maybe. But here we go. Boom. He's gonna tap out anytime soon, I think. It's 4 bases against 2 bases. An army supply that is lower than his opponent's, 20 workers behind. Damrod says, I am the Zerg to be in the final. No one is gonna stop me here in the lower bracket. So, 2-0 to Damrod. I feel sorry for Elo. I think this last game, since given the fact that they already played versus each other on the exact same map, he should try to go for a different strategy. But maybe this is his strategy, the only strategy that he knows to make work in CVC. And he knows the build order and the timings, and when you're playing against a really strong player, there are two things you can do: play better than you normally do and play a CVC the way you think it should be played, or you cheese as much as you can. And I think if Elo thinks he has the best shot of just doing the exact same thing but doing it better, then I think it's completely legit to try and do the same strategy one more time. But I still think I would have chosen to do something else. I think we only have the finals left now. It's a best of 5, if I'm not mistaken. I'm gonna... It is the final. It is the final Rav versus Damrod. And can't wait, because I'm hungry. Super hungry. So just please don't take too long. They're not too thrilled about it themselves that they have to play CVC. Anyways, they're doing the videos now. You should be able to see it on screen. Maybe we can check this Rav guy out and check his profile. So he's a Master 1 player. 9 times Master 1 player. And what's his name? Damrod. He is a higher ranked Master 1 player and has also been Master League for a longer time. So looking at that, I would say it's 2 Master players on somewhat even quality. They can both take the fight and win the games. But I do think that Damrod has more experience, and maybe in this case experience is going to be the thing that makes him win this best of 5. So without knowing these Polish players and making it a little bit interesting and putting in some caster bias, I'm going to not root for Damrod. I'm always rooting for good games, but I think Damrod has the upper chance, or the upper hand, sorry. So obviously I'm gonna cheer for him. Or if I were to bet, I was gonna bet on him winning. And I also think I like a cool story. So Damrod got knocked out in the loser bracket, and he had to fight through the entire loser bracket in order to make it all the way to the finals. Now he's in the finals against Rav, and let's see if he can actually take the game, take the match. It's a best of 5. It's not a best of 3 anymore. Some decent colors. I think they changed color in the very last second. I don't know if there's some kind of mind game going on there, but like 2 seconds before the timer was done, they both changed colors, which I've never seen before. Good old CVC. best of 5. In the top right, no, bottom right corner, the only player we haven't casted in this tournament, which made it all the way to the finals through the winner's bracket, the Polish player, Rav, from Clan Blazer. In the top left corner, however, is a player we are very familiar with, a Zerg player called Damrod. This guy has still no clan, and I've said it in every game. Someone invite him to a clan. He definitely deserves to be in one. He has been playing extremely good, and ever since he lost in his winner bracket, he had to go through the entire loser brackets and all the way back to the finals. If we had looked at the brackets from the beginning and only looked at the ranks, I would say those are probably the 2 guys that are gonna make it to the finals. They're both top quality players, rank 1 master players. They're just, you know, on the very edge of trying to break into Grandmaster. And it's gonna be funny to see these guys play, and maybe one day we can recall that we casted these players and they were up and coming. So let's look at the game. Pretty much 100% identical. If you look at the production tab right now, they're both getting the pool hatchery at the same time. It's identical supply. So when this overlord from Damrod's gonna scout the natural, get the intel that they're doing the exact same thing, it's going to be interesting to see when are these 2 going to differ. Damrod chooses to go for 2 queens. Rav goes for 2 queens as well, but also a couple of zerglings. He soon has his overlord on the 3rd base, so he will be able to see whether or not or when the 3rd base is going to be placed. But the same goes for Rav. Both of them, it's like looking at a map where both of them are doing the exact same thing. The only thing that differs right now is the 2 small zerglings sent across the map. And look at that. Both of them placing down a baning nest at the exact same time. Both of them having zergling speed done at the exact same time. Let's look at the worker count. They're 1 worker off, but Rav did, however, place the 2 zerglings. Damrod has the 2 zerglings as well. I wouldn't be able to call any of this and how it's going, since they're both doing exactly the same thing. I would say it's an even game, without lying too much. Don't have to be a Zerg expert to know when the supply is the exact same, that it's most likely going to be an even game. But now it differs. We see 2 evolution chambers for Damrod. He's trying to make a wall at his natural. He has a couple of banings in. Rav is going for the more aggressive approach. He already has his zerglings out on the map. He is going to cancel the 3rd base maybe. And I think we need to zoom out for a bit. Nothing he can do about it. Now this is obviously good for Rav, right? Because behind this he has a 3rd base. So it seems to me that right now Rav just out strategized his opponents with pretty much the same build order. You often see in CVC that the one that is aggressive controls the pace of the game. Damrod, be careful. Oh, he's smart. He sends in 1 zealot first, doesn't get his entire army destroyed by 2 banings. It's just nice to know. And self-detonate. That was a big mistake from Rav. Now he needs to morph in 3 more banings. And I actually think he might actually be able to get a cancel here. That would be so sick. Although Raf is in a huge supply, yes, so much more supply than Damrod. Holy crap. 38 workers against 19 workers, and also has the army advantage. I'm not really sure how this came to be. Seeing the fact that they both open up exactly the same. So if we just look at the supply, we can easily tell that Rav is definitely ahead. Already producing roaches. Don't even have roach production here for Damrod. Hey Michael, we're just casting the Polish final here. Tough spot for Damrod, really tough spot. Behind almost 20 workers, or at least 16. He gets a couple of circlings in, so he gets the scout. Gets one baneling. Has nothing at home, and he's being out. Okay, so the Damrod circlings does, however, get home in time, but look at this. OMG. Almost up 50 supply. How is he going to? And he sees the roaches now. What is he going? He's just gonna run and try and cancel the third base again one more time. Since when do you play Zerg? Just kidding, nice casting. Oh, my Zerg knowledge is like 0, but I still don't understand how two people with equal, like the same build or the same opening, like Rav, got ahead this much. Like obviously he cancelled the third first, maybe that's what made the big difference. But we have an attack now on both fronts. Did kill 10 workers, however. He's still really low on army supply. He blew up way too many banelings there. He's gonna take out the entire mineral line here with the drones. Tries to split, does not succeed that much, and I think this is GG, guys. Third is still up. He's down to 15 workers. Maybe he'll hang in there just a bit because he still has a couple of circlings that can do absolutely nothing. And he loses the first game. Wow. Rav played extremely well there. I'm really impressed by that. And Damrod is playing from behind now. He's down 1-0. The first game lasted almost 8 minutes, which is more than I would have thought a CVC could last. No, just kidding. I hope we get to see more than just roach or baneling battles. That we get to see something more, like some hydras, some roaches, a little bit of late game or mid game for that sake. But we'll see. We'll see. Second game already on the way. They're at least very fast at making the new games. There's very little downtime in this tournament. As I said, this is the finals. Rav is up 1-0. We'll fix the game hard score as soon as we enter the game. Rav up 1-0. There we go. At the bottom, on Catalyst Limited Edition map, we have Rav up 1-0. He has been going through the entire winners bracket and is now in the finals. In the top left corner, however, we have Damrod, and I've said it before, he's a damn good Zerg. He went all the way through the losers bracket and now finds himself in the finals, down 1-0. So what will be the build order? Will they have an identical build order like last time? Because, I mean, it must be hard for Damrod seeing we build the same things. You built the baning nest when I built the baning nest. We both got circling speed at the same time. We both took a third at the same time. And yet, 2 minutes later, you're up 40 supply. So early pull from Rav. Getting pull before hatch, where Damrod chose to go for the more common build, which is hatchery before gas pool. If we look at the income, Rav is mining gas, and he didn't stop at 100, so he's most likely going for the baneling nest one more time. Circling speed baneling nest. We'll keep a close eye on that. Okay. As we predicted, we have circling speed going on for Rav, and that's pretty much it. It's pretty identical again. It's a little more economical for Damrod. He's up 2 more workers. They have the same army supply. We see actually Rav going from 4 circlings. So far the Damrod has skipped circlings, but he's building a spine instead, which is really smart. And he's getting circling speed a little slower than Rav, but on the other hand he's going for a second queen. Second queen is also being built by Rav, which goes for the baneling nest. As we predicted, he was mining a lot of gas early on, more than Damrod was, but he's also taking the baneling nest right now. He's just a little bit delayed, which is fine. It's a little more economical, his opening, although he is, when we look now, behind with 5 workers. But normally the spine will buy you that time you need. So he's fairly safe. Lots of circlings, 2 queens. He has a 3rd queen on the way. 2 circlings to scout the 3rd base in case, you know, that is going to be placed. And he sees now, he sees a 3rd base is being placed, but he has already his 3rd on the way, halfway done. So to sum up, Rav again came out on top when it came to the build order, or at least the choices he makes gives him small advantages. He has the 3rd base faster than his opponent. He did have banings faster than his opponent. He is now up more workers than his opponent, that even started out with an earlier hatchery than him. I feel Rav is reading the game really well and adjusting really fast. Right now he does not know about the Roach Warren, but it's not necessary. He's producing his own Roach Warren. So I think this is probably fairly standard in the CVC. So what differs here? What can we see? What can we expect Damrod to do that is different? Are we actually going to see a game, roaches versus roaches? If we look at the units tab, it's only 5 circlings and 2 circlings. None of them have a lot of circlings. Let's see who commits to workers and who commits to army, or if they both go for the economic approach and build lots and lots of roaches. Although there are 2 gases here on the natural for both. 1 gas in the main. He's building his 2nd gas. Damrod is building his 2nd gas in his main. So he's going for 4 gases versus 3 gases. Good saturation here on the 3rd base. Damrod has caught up in workers, but he's behind in army supply for now. He's going even further with workers. He's building 7 more drones. 7 more drones. So it's going to be a game about whether or not he can defend the first push, because then he'll be ahead. As we see, Rav has completely stopped building drones, and he's now producing roaches. But Rav is not too far behind. So if Rav can actually defend, and there is such a thing as, you know, it's well known, defender's advantage. if the first push can be held from Damrod, or even if Rav chooses not to go for an attack, well then Damrod is catching up. Damrod is up 8 more workers. He built those workers earlier. He's getting a Hydralisk then. I don't see a Hydralisk then at all for Rav. We might actually... I think Damrod can hold here. I might... Oh, it's gonna be close though. He's pulling all his queens. He's getting... he's also moving his spine crawler. He knows he just needs to hold here. Transfuses going down from the queens. He has 2 more transfuses. Those are both used. He holds. He holds. I think he holds. And behind this, he's building 9 more roaches. Actually, 10 more roaches. He could have built Hydralisks as well. He has over 500 gas. But so far, this went really well for Damrod. Guys, I think we have a game on our hands. This is not gonna be just another stomp from Rav. And speaking of Rav, we see Ravagers being moved. Or 1 Ravager. He's even chasing Rav home. Damrod has really taken control of this game. Behind this, however, Rav did drone up to 64 workers. He takes a 4th, and this is what I talked about in the last game. I feel Rav is so good at reading the game. He saw, okay, I can't break him. I have to get a 4th down. And Damrod doesn't see him taking a 4th, so he takes a 4th much later because he's being really cautious. So we went from a scenario where economically Damrod caught up and actually got ahead, in my opinion. But now, because Rav is so good at reading the game, he gets hatchery before, the 4th hatchery way before Damrod, and he's actually maxing out a lot faster than Damrod. He's up to 72 workers, and he's starting to really feel the income here. Damrod is of course trying to punish this. He does have Hydras, he has higher DPS, but with all these Ravagers, he can't DPS half the time. And every time he has to dance from these biles, he loses DPS. I actually think right now Rav is going to take it. Unbelievable. I was so sure that Damrod was going to turn this game around and win, after he clearly had no problems holding his 3rd. The game is not over. Both of them feels their army is not big enough, and I think he just want to max out on his roaches. Hopefully with personally, I feel Damrod should not be the one attacking right now. But my understanding of CVC is not the greatest. I just feel that he must know that he's behind, right? And if he knows he's behind, he should go back and macro up. This was really good. He got a snipe there. It wasn't a cancel. So that's definitely a point for our red circ here. He has started to saturate his 4th base. Both on 4th bases. Now Rav is gonna go for the counter attack. He wants to see, because he can't see. He wants to see, does he have a 5th hatchery? Oh, and he goes right for the throat. He goes right into the natural. Maybe shoots his biles a little too early. I actually think Damrod might actually win this, because he has so much DPS on these Hydras, and he has the defender's advantage. But Rav is sending Zerglings to the other side. Okay. Behind this, Damrod is producing 7 more workers. He knows he lost a lot of workers there. He needs to get back into the game. Both of them are really good at spending their minerals and gases, like constant production, good injects at all time. Both of them obviously really good at the macro game. They don't skip a beat when it comes to injects. And that's why it can be super hard for us to actually tell who's ahead. I still feel army composition wise Damrod was better. As long as he can dance. He's losing meat shield, he's losing the roaches. And this was bad, this was a mistake for him. He should not have done this. And he might actually just tab out here. I mean, he's... I don't know what triggers him to attack. But then again, I'm no CVC expert. I just feel that I don't understand why he attacked in the first place. This is the second time I felt that he should have stayed home, maybe get a lurker in. But maybe he just wants to push this, end the game as fast as possible while he has the Hydras. Another small run by, or let's call it a Overlord killing squad. He gets the Overlord. If we look at Damrod's vision, he is pretty blind. Goes the same for Rav. They both can't really see anything. All the Overlords has been sniped or sent back home. Now this is interesting. Ravagers, Hydras and Roaches. Looks like Rav has the better army concave, but quality not so much. He's not getting hits with the biles, and suddenly I don't believe it, but it's an even game again. Like, there's so much DPS in these Hydras, and if you just throw your biles down and don't force the Hydras to move. This time he got a cancel though. Let's see if he gets the fifth base. He still stays on 4 bases. Ooh, that was not good. That was not good. Ooh, Biles landing though. And more army coming. Let's zoom out here. Let's zoom out. Let's get the full vision of this. Can the DPS from the Hydras kill this army? I'm starting to doubt it. But more army supplies rallying in from both sides. It looks really, really even. They need to target fire down every single unit. But they pull back. We have another stalemate. Or, well, I wouldn't call it stalemate. It's non-stop action from the get-go, but someone needs to take a fifth hatchery, and I would love to see a hatch being taken either one of those 2 places. So they both drop it down the exact same time. Look at the production tab, guys. It's so beautiful. Gets an Overlord. That's super good. Get some damage in before the rest of the army is there. Okay. Again, good concaves. Trying to deny the 5th base. Ooh, those were good. Dancing from the biles. And now the DPS is gone. Maybe he can do something here. Now he needs to dance again, and I actually think that... I've said this many times now, but I'm gonna... Fuck, maybe not. I can't believe this game is so close. Surely Ralph must be winning this, but... It's so close, nevertheless. Like, he has defender's advantage, Damrod, and maybe that is enough. I would really love to see, like, you know, small turnarounds killing those 1 HP units, but now he's truly behind. He has the 5th base, he can start mining. Let's check the bases here. Completely mine out at the main and natural, almost. 3rd, healthy enough. 4th base, still healthy. 3rd, not that healthy, but 4th really healthy, and now 5th base going up for... He's gonna try and take a alternative 5th base here, Damrod, to try and get ahead, but I feel like the damage has been done now. He's simply too far behind. I really would have loved to see Lurker Tech, but I'm not sure if he had time to do it. Maybe instead of attacking, I feel like Damrod attacked 1 or 2 times too soon, or you know, too early, where he could maybe have sat back instead, macroed up, dropped down the Hydra, then tried to get some economic lead instead of throwing away his army. But I guess it can be really hard to tell whether when you're ahead. Poor Damrod. He's behind 2-0 now. In the round of 2, he lost 2-0 to Rav, and I feel for him, because if he loses now, he's out of the tournament. He loses. He fought his way all the way through the losers bracket to end up in the finals again, and now he's being 2-0'd by the same guy that put him down in the loser bracket from all the way back from round 2. Man, it's brutal. Brutal, brutal, brutal. Oh well. Let's see if Damrod can turn this around. I felt many times that he made so many wise decisions and good calls, and he got ahead, and he started out actually behind a bit, but then he droned up earlier than his opponent. He read his opponent really well, got that economical lead after being behind a bit, and then he defended the first push from Rav. And after that first push, I thought, like when you're ahead, like a toast always says, or tasteless, when ahead, get more ahead. I really think in this case that's how we should have been thinking, instead of going for the counter attack, because it wasn't really 2 armies trading out. It was pretty much Rav going in, poking a bit, seeing, we can trade it evenly out here, or I can even lose big. I'm gonna go back so he didn't lose his army, and then he has defender's advantage, right? So I don't understand quite how Damrod thought he was ahead there. I would have loved to see him sit back, and since he already had the Hydra tech, but at that point his opponent, Rav, did not know about the Hydralisk then. He hadn't produced any Hydras, so he didn't show any Hydras. If he would have gotten directly into Lurkers there and just bought 2 minutes of time by not attacking, I think that could have been a game-winning moment. But I don't know what goes through Zerg's head here. Maybe he attacks because, you know, oh shit, it can be like a Mutalisk switch or something. Let's switch back to the main screen. Anyway, new game. It is still a best of 5. Rav is up 3-0. 2-0. And hopefully we'll see a third game that is different from the 2 first ones, or even the same as the second game, because I thought that was super exciting until you know, Rav just won because he was a little bit smarter. Anyways, on the top right corner we'll see Rav, that is leading now 2-0. He is from the guild called Blazer. Rav. At the bottom left corner, behind O2, has to fight his way back. He has to win the next 3 games. Damrod. And I'm kind of cheering for Damrod because I think he played really well. And I mean, the storyline here is so beautiful. He gets knocked down to the loser bracket from the same guy that he's now in the finals. He fights his way all the way through the losers bracket and ends up being in the finals against the person that put him there in the first place. I mean, it's a real grudge match, and hopefully, if he managed to do a reverse all kill or reverse sweep, win the next 3 games, that would be pretty sick. So why not cheer for the guy? I wouldn't even call him the underdog. Damrod is also a Masters 1 player, just like Rav. He has been Masters for 5 leagues or 5 seasons more. He's therefore you can say he's a more experienced player, and hopefully experience At least I like to think that experience will get you, you know, somewhere. Anyways, let's switch into the main screen. I thought I already did, but for some reason I failed to do so. Damrod is going for aggression. He's going for 6. He's producing more lings. He's trying to make a cancel. This might actually be a quick game. He's losing a lot of mining time, pulling these drones to protect the hatchery. And behind this, he's only down 5 workers. But it looks like he can't really get anything else done now that the queen is out for Rav. He has to go home, catch up, and play catch up just like the second game. Which is pretty hard for him, seeing the fact that his hatchery is not down yet. He chooses actually to produce more Zerglings. I think Damrod has simply had enough. I think Damrod just wants to end the game. We see no Baning Nest. And the Overlords, they see the Zerglings coming. He could even build a spine if he wanted to, but he does already have 2 queens. Okay, let's see how this trades out. Will he be able to? He has killed 1 queen. It's 1 queen. Down. He's not that far behind the workers now, only 3. Very little mining time was lost during this. I don't know, it looks super difficult, but he's starting to drone up. If you look at the unit counts, Damrod only has 2 queens. He does build a spine, however, which is smart, and he tries to get ahead a little bit. They have even workers now. The army supply is eventually going to be the same. Both still doesn't have a Baning Nest. It's a lot about keeping the queens alive, keeping workers alive, and I think Damrod, sadly, is out of the game. And just as I say that, new Zerglings pop, but I do think it looks bad. It looks really, really bad. Behind this, actually, Rav droned up 10 more workers, 13 workers ahead. And his links are still harassing. Damrod losing even more workers now behind with 15. Army supply is still in Rav's favor. He has 3 queens as well, and Roach Warren and an evolution chamber being produced. However, I don't know why he did not get an Overlord in the middle anymore. But obviously he can defend this easily. No one takes the 3rd base here. All of them playing super careful. 3 queens. Can easily hold this. Roach Warren now done. Rav producing 10 more lings. And is upgrading his hatchery. I don't know. He's still ahead 11 workers. Rav is like... Damrod is playing from... He's so far behind. It's almost unbelievable. He will try to take a 3rd hatchery here to get back into the game. He's already building a Baning Nest. Maybe he can get some really good Baning connections, but I doubt it. He's simply out of time. Roaches are being produced behind this. Roach upgrade. 3rd is being cancelled. Rav is in an excellent position. Will he 3-0? It really looks like it. Really looks like this is a 3-0. This must be super hard for Damrod. He played so well in the second game. I would have loved to see him actually win that one. But the supply doesn't lie. He is behind with almost twice the amount of his opponent. And he's just banking up roaches. He hasn't even revealed the roaches yet, but I think as soon as you see the roaches, he must tap out, right? Still has the Baning Nest. He's most likely gonna try and see if he can do something. And now he sees the roaches. He might actually run behind. Nope. Nope. This is just brutal. Brutal to watch. Getting a second spine crawler. Morphing in a couple of banelings. Ooh, a lot of banelings. Okay guys, let's zoom out. I think this is the end of the game. Roaches are splitting. He knows he can't catch them. He crawls back on creep. Ravager's being produced behind this, right in his face. And Rav takes it, 3-0. Poor Damrod. I really feel for the guy. And I think this is the end of the tournament. Our winner is Rav. Rav is the proud owner now of a big bag of potatoes. The Farmers Cup is now officially over. This was the first Farmers Cup, sponsored by Sandro Strong. I can't wait to hear what else Sandro is gonna put in the bag of potatoes. Hey Red King. And that's it guys. That's it. If we look at the resource collecting rate, he was just playing from behind the whole game. Poor Damrod. Anyways, it was super fun to cast this tournament, and hopefully another time I can do it even better. Set up some good UI so it's more interesting to watch. Observing was really brutal, and I'm sorry about that. It actually takes really good skills to be a good observer. In case you didn't know, there's a lot of things that you need to do as an observer that I basically know the game hard add-on and all the hotkeys, and I kind of miss, you know, how to click on a unit and then camera follow. And now I play. I haven't had dinner yet. I'm so super hungry. But I should probably go into the chat and congratulate the winner. All chat. Let's see. Blah 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 blah. Congratulations. Just drink my energy drink. Dude, you came in late. I started the stream a long time ago. But tournament is over. I hope everyone is happy. I don't really see that many people writing in the chat. So it should be over, yeah. I'm gonna stop the stream, eat some dinner, and maybe, just maybe, I'll boot up the stream again so we can do some ladder. But I also look at the clock right now, it's 8, and I'll probably be done eating around 9, which gives me roughly maximum 2 hours of stream if I want to do so. So if I stream later on, it's gonna be a short stream. I'm gonna wish everyone a great weekend in case I don't come back. Is there anyone we can host? Don't think so. Thank you so much, guys. If you like the stream, please press follow or subscribe on YouTube, and enjoy yourselves. Bye.